Yes! 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 It's starting! It's starting! It is starting! It's starting! Wake up! Wake up! It's starting! It's starting! I've been waiting all night! All night! I do want to see about the archetypes. This is going to be focusing on jobs, which is important, but... Like, listen to the soundtrack, too. Oh, shit. How cool does this look, okay?
Hello everyone, I'm Katsuo
English,
Hashino,
yes.
the director
Yes.
of Metaphor ReFantazio. You may know some of my previous work including Shin Megami Tensei 3 and Persona 3, 4, and 5. At Summer Game Fest held in Los Angeles, California, we announced there are 14 archetype lineages, which amount to more than 40 archetypes.
Holy shit.
Understanding the various archetypes is crucial to mastering this title's battle system. In this edition of the ATLUS exclusive to Metaphor ReFantazio Showcase, we will dive deeper into the different types of archetypes and how to use them.
So archetypes are like
For those who
classes,
haven't
right?
watched, in our previous showcase, we introduced the overall game flow. We will continue to reveal new content on Metaphor ReFantazio on our ATLUS YouTube channel, so please be sure to subscribe.
So basically it's a hybrid game
Let's
for
get
those of you
started.
who might have missed it. Turn-based and a little bit of action too. You'll see. It's fun.
First, let's review the battle system
Look at
introduced in the
that.
previous livestream. Metaphor features a turn-based and action-oriented battle system where enemies
This is an
are
action game I will
defeated
play.
through real-time action, allowing you to proceed at a quick pace. In this innovative battle system, against higher-ranked enemies, players can use the real-time action to enter turn-based combat with an advantage. Metaphor incorporates
cool is that?
tactical planning through action into its established systems, along with a high degree of party composition freedom through job changes. Central to this approach are the game's new job types known as archetypes. which
Jobs,
players can
okay,
equip
cool.
to their protagonist. To prepare these archetypes for the protagonist, it's crucial to first introduce the facility known as the Academia.
Facility. That's not on the ship, is
In
it?
the
No.
early stages of the story, the protagonist gains access to a mysterious location called Academia. As you can see, it's a
That's
place adorned
pretty.
with a plethora of books, giving it the atmosphere of a sanctuary of knowledge.
Oh, it
The
reminds me of
individual
that
in
place on the
Academia has
moon.
high hopes for the
In,
protagonist's awakened archetypes.
That
He
library
is well
in...
versed in archetype knowledge and will lend his
In
support to the
Endwalker.
protagonist's journey.
What's it
helping him
called?
To awaken archetypes. Archetypes are managed in lineages such as this one, branching out as they are acquired during the journey. This is a game screen from the early stages of the story.
This
So
gives
right now,
me
we only have access to
Plague
the initial
Incorporated
archetypes with
vibes.
basic
Do you know that
skills.
game?
But once you're able to swap archetypes, the real game strategy begins. Details on how the protagonist comes to visit this place will be shared in detail
Oh,
in
kitty
subsequent
cat!
updates,
This is so
please
cute.
look forward to it.
You can pet it.
Now, I'd like to introduce the types and characteristics of archetypes, as well as details about the related battle system.
And she has a bowl of water
including some
too.
that
How
have
cute
not
is
yet been
that?
revealed.
Like, what is lineage? I'm actually not
Last
sure.
stream, we introduced the different types of archetypes, including some of the foundational ones. The versatile Seeker, who is a well-rounded archetype. The Mage, who can exploit the enemy's weak points with powerful magic. The Thief, skilled in abilities like robbery. The Brawler, who excels in physical attacks using their fists. In terms of other initial archetypes, we have the Warrior, who excels in sword attacks. The Knight, with outstanding defensive skills. The Healer, who specializes in recovery. The Commander, with skills related to formation and support. The Gunner, who can shoot from a distance. The Merchant, who can use money-related attacks. And the Faker, with tricky moves.
How cool would that be
As
if
the
that
game
was a...
progresses, players can unlock
If we had
evolved
something similar in
archetypes
Final
such as the
Fantasy.
Masked Dancer, whose skills and
Like the
resistances
Merchant.
can be freely changed with equipment. The Summoner, who is perceived as a highlight in job change games with its power to summon monsters, and the Berserker, who has tremendous destructive power. There are 14 basic archetype lineages, and when the variations of each archetype are added up, in total there are more than 40 archetypes available.
Jesus. I'm still not over how cool the menu looks. Look at how beautiful it is.
And learns various skills. There's a wide variety of skills with different attributes and ranges, such as buffs, recovery, and passive skills to improve abilities. Mastering these skills allows players to gain an advantage in battles. Furthermore, as archetypes evolve through growth, players can advance to higher tier archetypes. While the archetypes like the ones introduced earlier are unlocked as the base archetype of each lineage, progressing them through battle and strengthening bonds with supporters encountered on the journey is crucial.
The
This
Viera.
system unlocks conditions for acquiring even more advanced archetypes, providing substantial depth and party development for players to enjoy and experience. For example, the Seeker, which first awakens for the protagonist, is a lineage in the Seeker category. And by deepening the bond with the supporter who controls this lineage...
So what's the
the
maximum? It
character
says
can evolve
master
into the
for some of
Magic
them.
Seeker, who wields powerful wind magic, as well as reinforcement support and passives.
The
And then
20?
onto Soul Hacker, who has powerful magic such as additional MP recovery effects and penetration
It
resistance.
looks so cool. Like, look at this combat.
Who can shoot from a distance, is a heroic figure in the ranged category, and can evolve into Sniper, who is good at all target attacks, and then onto Dragoon, who can trigger attacks with various magical attributes by deepening the bond with the supporter who controls this lineage.
And floor tanking.
Each archetype variation is uniquely crafted with dedicated artwork, and the appearance of each character changes based on the equipped archetype. So I think you will enjoy the work very much.
Like, they put so much work
This
into
title was
this. Look at
created
this.
with the cooperation of guest creators, including Koda Kazuma for the background concept art, and Ikuto Yamashita for the Gauntlet Runner design. The archetype designs, boasting over 40 variations, are not only designed by Shigenori Soejima, who is in charge of character design for this title, but also by Yuji Himukai, the character designer for the Etrian Odyssey series, who is likely familiar to ATLUS fans. The Etrian Odyssey series is a dungeon-crawling RPG based on creating characters from a large number of jobs and organizing them into parties.
Honestly, I don't know
Having
it.
incorporated the ideas of the creator, who has consistently been in charge of the design of the series, is not only impressive, but also an appropriate element for the 35th anniversary title of the ATLUS brand. So please look forward to it as well. In the last livestream, we explained the archetype system that allows you to transform at any time during a battle and activate their skills after entering a turn-based battle with the squad button. Today I would like to introduce the archetype battle system in more detail. Against higher-ranked foes, players can stun enemies with fast action before engaging in advantageous squad turn-based battles. However, if attacked by enemies first, the turn-based battle will begin with a disadvantage. Players
I
who
love the
prefer
design
certainty
of
in
the
their attacks or
enemies. They're
struggle
so
with action
fun.
sequences should
Look
not
at
try
that.
to take on the enemies through fast
It's
running,
like literally a
but rather
walking
use the
egg
squad button
about
to
to
engage in
hatch.
turn-based combat. Depending on the situation, players are encouraged to adapt between high-risk, high-reward combat and low-risk, low-reward strategies. The squad battle is a turn-based battle system adopted from Shin Megami Tensei 3. In this system, the number of actions per turn is determined by the number of party members, and the number of actions
okay.
increases if the enemy's weak points are exploited. So, strategize your next move.
But 5 is
You
different.
can eliminate enemies
Shin Megami Tensei
momentarily
5,
without
that
giving
is.
them a turn.
So I haven't played
However,
it yet.
this system is a double-edged
The old
sword,
one,
since
that
this
is.
also applies for the opponent. If enemy attacks exploit your party's weaknesses, then your party's turn may not come for a while, leading to challenging battles. Metaphor
Jesus.
is an evolution of our command battle system that has been cultivated over the years, and its innovative archetype system is unique to this title.
I think we're in the clear.
In
I was like, who said that?
command,
Like, that
controls
voice just
party
came out of
formation
nowhere.
as well as attack. And each archetype has its optimal position of strength. For example, The mage can cast magic from the back row to compensate for its weak point, low defense.
It's so
To some
creepy and
extent,
dark. I
maintaining its
love
attack
it.
power.
Looks so good.
The knight can withhold its attacks and attract enemy attacks from the back row, and therefore induce enemy attacks with minimal damage.
Only a flesh wound.
The gunner, who can use shooting, is an archetype that specializes in long-range attacks from the back
Like
row.
these people play
The
fast.
commander can
I'm
change
barely
the
getting
formation of all
to
members
see
with
what's
its
happening.
skills, allowing each player to freely create their own strategy.
I shall fight as the noble I am.
There is a special technique called synthesis that differs from normal skills. Synthesis, which means integration in psychological terms, is a system that allows archetypes to combine with other party members' archetypes. It can activate a special technique that is not available otherwise. To perform this skill, it consumes more than a normal action. As
Why
it
does that
consumes
remind me
additional
of,
action from your
10
ally's turn as
too?
well. This
Like the way the
technique is more
combat is. Like, I
powerful
know
for
it's not the same, but
example, while
with,
a
like, the-
mage and healer
the
can
cards.
only target a single enemy with their attack. With the use of synthesis, the target can be changed to all enemies. The Seeker's main attack
so
is
cool.
wind magic. But by using synthesis, the Seeker can use attacks with attributes that are normally unavailable to it, such as light or strike. In addition, warriors
kind of
are good at
like
physical
the way they
attacks.
did it in
But if
Final
many
Fantasy
of the
VII
same
Rebirth
archetype are
as
placed in
well.
a party,
Like with
attack
the joint
characteristics will
actions,
naturally be
right?
skewed. However, the special synthesis attack that can be unleashed by 3 warriors can do a surprising amount of damage even in the early stages of the game. This system is an important element of the strategy, and if used properly, it can eliminate the enemies all at once. The activation conditions change depending on the combination of the party, so it is a fun element to try out different configurations and discover new synthesis combinations. Moreover, the development team has worked hard to ensure that the diverse range of archetypes remains engaging even in the later stages, allowing players to enjoy different compositions. We aimed for a balance to avoid a situation where players' party compositions become similar as the game progresses, or where only certain archetypes are used. When players change from one archetype to another,
Like, I just love the
they can
art.
inherit the skills they have already mastered to the new
It's
archetype.
so fucking pretty.
I have a few skills.
The command battle system not only includes action count strategies, but also formation tactics, special moves called synthesis, and a skill inheritance system, providing numerous ways to creatively configure archetype strategies in the party. While the party consists of 4 members initially, it can expand to 7 as the story progresses. All members can equip any of the 40+ archetypes, so we hope players enjoy developing their unique strategies.
I'm glad that they're doing these. Like, it really shows, you know,
Now that we have
It really
explored
helps us
how to
trust
use
them, you
archetypes
know?
in command battles, let's discuss how archetypes' abilities come into
like
play.
you see
in
exactly
battles.
what the game is going to
Weapons
become. I
change
think that's
depending
so
on which
cool.
archetype is equipped, and this also affects the real-time action fast combat that can be used before entering turn-based squad battles. For example, the Seeker's one-handed sword allows for quick, successive strikes to deal damage to enemies. Let's change the archetype of the protagonist to the unlocked warrior. You can change the archetype of your party members as well from each tree, but the fast action is a move specific for the protagonist. So we want you to try out not only the command battles, but also the strategic action.
That's cool.
In the case of the warrior's great sword, its large swing delivers powerful blows, and while swinging it, the user is not susceptible to preemptive strikes from enemies. In the case of the mage's
Dope.
staff, the attack range extends not only forward, but also around the user, making it effective in situations where the player is surrounded by multiple enemies. It can wipe out many monsters when outnumbered and outclassed. Additionally, there are archetypes that can use ranged weapons. The Faker can throw knives, and the Gunner uses a crossbow, allowing attacks from a safe distance. Enemies roaming the field also have various characteristics and weaknesses. For instance, you might use a Gunner with long-distance attack range to take down flying foes. However, if you choose the protagonist's archetype focusing mainly on fast action, he will fight with that archetype when you enter a squad battle. You cannot swap archetypes in a squad battle. so it's important to plan ahead of time.
There's a lot of
We hope
information
that
for 3 in the
everyone will
morning.
enjoy the
I'm
fast
doing my
paced
best.
combat.
Oh, that's cute. We're gonna get to see dungeons?
Let me
No
also talk
way.
about the dungeons. There are various enemies in the dungeons. Many familiar creatures from fantasy worlds are recreated in a modern design. Some enemies that ambush you, some that hide underground, and some that appear in a group. There are no dungeons that require a specific type of archetype party, so please enjoy trying out various party strategies.
I like how
of
they
your
say
choice.
please enjoy. How cute is that?
Although,
Like, yes, I will.
there are tough enemies and bosses that force you into battles. When this happens, the type of party you bring will affect the battle.
Draw steel. We are spotted.
Monsters called humans are especially tricky to face, so beware. We think you will enjoy planning strategies for the
Is
battles
that-
ahead.
That can't be a human? What?
Moreover, the degree of freedom
That's a
in
fi-
party formation
That's a fish
and
with
the fact that the
legs.
difficulty
What
level
is
varies
that?
depending on which quest you conquer first can affect the perceived difficulty
Why?
of battles. And a slight error in judgment can be fatal in this
I
battle.
wonder if you die when your
The
protagonist dies.
difficulty of the game can be changed at any time, and by using the retry feature, you'll be able to return to the top of the battle and take on the challenge again with other strategies you might have thought of.
Hopefully
So
with
please
no
rest
spent
assured that
items.
this game is made in a way that ensures all players can confidently take on the challenges. Additionally, a network feature allows players to view the party compositions used by other players who've cleared the same dungeon. Available to
Cool.
view at any time.
Wow.
With the press of a
That's
button,
so
you can
dope.
instantly switch to those compositions, making it easier
What?
to adapt and strategize.
That
I'm
is
sure there are players who
new?
remember playing classic job change games based on the recommended information of
Like,
specific
holy
party
shit.
setups for certain dungeons. This network feature is like a modern version of that kind of playstyle. Above all, we wanted players to be able to see firsthand how other players are progressing.
It
in
builds
the
a
dungeon they are
community, you
currently
know?
conquering,
That's awesome.
using their own party composition and ingenuity, even though it is a loosely connected aspect.
No, it's great. It's great. And look at how pretty they are.
So, what did you think? In this video, we have introduced the various types and uses of archetypes. We hope that even those who are unfamiliar with past ATLUS titles will be able to easily enjoy this fantasy RPG based on its unique job system, which is a staple in fantasy RPGs. We've added various unique features into Metaphor, from the system and volume to its visuals, and we hope that you will enjoy this fantasy RPG.
I love the design of the bosses. They always really nail.
Metaphor is launching on October 11th, 2024, and is open for pre-orders. Starting today, you can also pre-order the digital version.
No shit.
If you are interested in Metaphor, please be sure to pre-order or add to your wish list.
Looks great.
Those who pre-order will receive pre-order bonuses, including the Archetype EXP chest set and an Adventurer's Journey pack.
Okay, so
Both
some
in-game
money.
item sets are useful for
medicine.
battles and party
Okay.
development. They are great value DLCs that you can get just for pre-ordering, so please consider them. Metaphor will be available in both standard and special editions for physical and digital formats. The development team has come together to create a collector's edition that allows everyone to celebrate ATLUS's 35th anniversary.
This is such a pretty map. Look at that. Like, I'm not a I normally
Outer Box
never
is designed
get
by Mr.
you know,
Soejima,
collector's
and the art book
editions,
is
but
truly
I do
original,
appreciate them. Look at
including art
them.
from various guest artists.
So nice.
We hope you will have a copy on hand to enjoy. In the digital 35th anniversary history book, you will find a timeline of past titles, introductions to major titles, and a conversation with a very special guest talking about what makes RPGs so much fun to play. Additionally, this edition is filled with congratulatory comments from various creators in the industry. The digital soundtrack includes an all-time best album that looks back on the brand's 35th anniversary. It is a fascinating musical journey that gives both old and new fans a sense
Okay,
of the
that
history
would
of
be so
Atlus's
nice to
sound.
have, not gonna lie.
In addition, we have included a cloth world map of the United Kingdom of Uchronia.
That
a
would
set
be
of
so
pins
nice.
representing the Homotinta monsters, a steelbook with dedicated key art, a 2-disc Metaphor ReFantazio soundtrack composed by Shoji Meguro, a digital costume and battle background music set, and a sticker sheet of national flags, archetype designs, and more.
Yeah,
This is a
35th,
limited edition.
35th anniversary
So if you
of
would
the
like to
entire
take
brand.
advantage of this
Yeah, so they're
opportunity,
celebrating it
please
through all of the
consider
games that they're
pre-ordering while supplies
releasing.
last. Thank you for your continued support and
It
excitement
looks
for Metaphor
fucking cool.
ReFantazio.
What do you think?
We hope you will enjoy these special items and look forward to seeing you in the next showcase.
Yes, it was so nice. It was well
We're
worth
happy
it.
to hear that so many people were interested in the battle system in the last live stream. So finally, next time, we would like to introduce not only the gameplay, but also the world setting, characters, and story that we have been elaborating in our first attempt at a fantasy RPG. This is a work full of
No,
twists and
this
turns,
is
so
for
please stay
specifically
tuned
for
the next
ATLUS.
exclusive. Metaphor is planned to be released on October 11th. Be sure to pre-order and add to your
The
wish
showcase
list.
itself is for the
Thank you
ATLUS,
very much for your time today.
but the collector's edition and whatnot, they include some items that celebrate like the entirety of the 35th anniversary. Is how I understand it.
We oppress. We fight.
If you haven't seen the trailer.
A great evil flows through this land.
But I remember it being this detailed. This is new, right?
Many more protectors and followers will gather to your side. Remind people that the same powers lie dormant within them. On guard!
So basically, it's the new darker persona.
And bring them together.
A bit more complex, maybe.
Now you've acquired a most interesting power. An archetype whose existence was only theoretical. You wield power now.
Like Persona 1 and 2. Well, I wouldn't know because I haven't played them. But holy shit, am I excited for this. Like, this is gonna be, well, pretty much my entire, I guess, end of 2024. If something else doesn't happen, but I don't see anything anything else happening that is going to stop me from playing this one.